previous week.
And her cover, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, is climbing the charts as we speak.
Chris Brown's sales, not up.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. Roseanne's taken to blogging about the whole situation. Well, today she's blogging again. And it was interesting. Yesterday, the stuff we went over, she seemed to be really attacking Chris Brown, and not many people have done that. Not so much now. She says women who go back to men who have hit them are usually violent too. They escalate conflict by using verbal humiliation and often throw the first punch, but are then unable to withstand the strength of the man's counterattack. A lot of guys hit women because the women are hitting them, verbally abusing them, or throwing the keys to their car outside and goading them on, and they lose control of themselves. This is what it sounds like to be in the Rihanna-Chris Brown affair. There is no way out of violence if you are violent. The only way to win is not to play the game.
Well, I hate to say it, but she makes a point, and here's the point. When you know abuse, especially physical abuse, if that's where you come from, then that's what you crave as an adult. It's a weird thing. I say the word crave. I don't say like. I say need and crave. So if you're a witness to physical violence or you're a victim of physical violence, then as you become an adult, and this all comes out in relationships. It doesn't usually come out in the relationships with the boss, and it doesn't usually come out in the relationship with the friends. It comes out in the intimate relationships. So you need this, and if you're not getting it, you will create it. Now, nobody deserves it, and it doesn't justify it. But if you were the victim of abuse, you will, A, hook up with people that are capable of it, and B, when they're not acting, you will get them to act. Have we all seen this in our lives, where people seek to recreate their childhood by goading the person to do the thing that was done to them? And sometimes it's verbal and sometimes it's emotional, but they'll put themselves in that situation and you can feel it. And if you've been around the block and you've been in enough relationships, you can tell when the person is bringing that out in you.
And they don't know when they're doing it sometimes, just doing what's comfortable.
Yes, and familiar, scary, but familiar. So I would bet it's a combination of both. It's a perfect storm. He's somebody who's witnessed a lot of physical violence against women. We've already discovered that. I would assume that she has either been a victim or at least seen a lot of it, and thus she gets around him. She knows he's capable of it. She starts pushing his buttons. She hits the right combination, and he hits her face.
Roseanne continued to blog saying, I hope Rihanna is getting counseling from a professional counselor who will tell her that there is no way for her to ever win and that she will have to curtail her own penchant for escalating conflict by screaming at or hitting or humiliating her abuser. I hope he gets real counseling too that is not from a minister or his mom or any other shame-based bull method that will never work and that is designed to avoid dealing directly with self-control issues.
She's going to talk to mom, the world's worst example of a woman who stood around and took a beating as the years wore on, or the minister, which is so much BS. Nobody even goes and talks to these people.
Seeking the counselor of my pastor.
And if they did, what does that jackass know? First off, he knows nothing about psychology. He is actually... He's working the earth is flat angle in life. There's all this. I'm going to talk to the clergy guy. I'm going to talk to my minister. I'm going to talk to the pastor. Really? These guys know less about psychology and the way human beings work than anybody. They've chosen to talk to the big fairy in the sky. They should be the last goddamn person you talk to. You should talk to a guy who drives a school goddamn bus before you talk to these idiots. Half of them are pedophiles. The other half are going to talk to the big genie and have him explain to you what to do. That's a horrible idea. Thanks, Steve.
I'll leave you with this.